When he took the throne, the world held its breath. Not because he was a king, but because he was the shadow of God on earth. Suleiman the Magnificent. To the east, he was known as the Lawgiver, the architect of justice itself. To the west, he was a nightmare wrapped in gold and silk, a force of nature that could not be stopped. He didn't just rule an empire. He ruled the very heartbeat of the known world. He was the one who redrew the maps, the one whose name was whispered in every court, from London to Persia. He wasn't just wearing a crown. He was the center of the universe. His reign marked a new era, one defined by unparalleled power, breathtaking art, and the constant echo of marching armies. The world thought the Hungarian knights were unbreakable. At the Battle of Mohács, King Louis and his ironclad army, the pride of Christendom, stood ready to defend their kingdom and their faith. They faced the Sultan's wrath on a misty, rainy morning in 1526. It was supposed to be a long, drawn-out war, a clash of titans that would decide the fate of Europe for decades to come. But Suleiman had other plans. In just 2 hours, a kingdom that had stood proudly for centuries was utterly erased from history. 2 hours, that was all it took for 300 Ottoman cannons and the disciplined fire of the Janissaries to break the spine of European resistance. From that day on, the bells of every church in Christendom rang not in celebration, but with a deep, resonating fear. But absolute power demands an absolute price. To keep the world in order, to maintain his grip on an empire that stretched across 3 continents, Suleiman had to sacrifice his own blood. The weight of the crown is heavy, and it rests on a lonely head. He outlived his friends, his enemies, and even his brilliant beloved son Mustafa, who fell victim to the brutal politics of the court. He entered the world as a sultan, and left it as a legend that defined an entire century, 46 years of rule. 13 major military campaigns. One single name that still echoes through the halls of history. So, let me ask you, would you sacrifice your family to rule the world? The magnificent era may have ended, but the shadow of his sword still looms. Subscribe for more legends of power. Stay legendary.